Hello there, and welcome to Talking is a Free Action. This is our weekly show where we peruse and select some of the most interesting people of the material plane and then put them through a set of challenge rooms and questions to find out a little bit more about the world that they live in. Why, you may ask? Well, the puppet says it's got something to do with knowledge. The illusionist says something about some sort of invasion of some sort. And the Forge Master just sits there and drinks tea. I don't actually know, to be honest. Anyway, I am the Playmaker, and I am one of the appointed question masters. One of your resident benevolent inquisitors. And this location that we are in is my parlor of Candor. Play on words like that, huh? Anyway, you may have noticed that I am not alone. That is because I have been through the material plane and have found this wonderful creature, Fluffles and Gary, and have brought them here for some fun and games. It is also my understanding that Fluffles, not Gary, is also connected to other characters in the material plane, as well as a higher being known as Evey, who calls the Wowed their home. It is a very funny name, that world of Evey's. Anyway, it is my hope that we'll be able to extract some information from Fluffles, as well as Evey, not Gary. Now, Fluffles, are you ready to play?
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, good. Now, I notice there, Fluffles, that you've got a deck of cards. Now, am I right in thinking that that is a deck of many things?
It is indeed. Would you like to draw one?
We'll come to that in a moment. Just before we decide to draw any cards at all from any sort of deck, we have some sponsors and supporters that we must thank. These entities are known as Phoenix Dice, as well as Idle Champions, Elderwood Academy, and Bearded Ladies. I should also mention that we have a very special fondness for our audience members known as the D20 Club. We like to do these little love hearts every time. And if you would like to join the D20 Club, you can by following the link in chat or in the description below for as little as one of your local currencies, or as the Poppet likes to say, one goat. If you are going to send goats, please send them to the Poppet. Nobody else wants them. If you can't join us live in the Parlour of Candor, you can always find us on YouTube or podcast by searching Roll Together RPG. You can also find us on social media, any of the social medias, no matter what they're calling themselves at that particular time, just by searching Roll Together RPG. Now, Fluffles, as I said, you are in the Parlour of Candor, and for the next 55 minutes or so, we shall play a game with this deck of 100 cards. Not the deck that you have, this deck. Although, I might spice things up a little. We'll come to that in a moment. How does it work, I hear you ask? Well, you'll find in your pocket, if you didn't already have it there, I know you're a bit of a gambler, a bit like Elijah. Yes, I've met Elijah. You'll find that you have a D100. Now, you're going to roll the D100, and I will pick the card corresponding to the number that you rolled. You will then take the card that I give you to the door over there. You see that this door begins to form, and you will place the card in there and go into the room. Now, you might face a puzzle. You might face a social interaction. You might even face a little bit of combat. If at any point you feel that you don't want to do that, all you have to say is talking is a free action, and we'll get to speak to Evey and ask them some questions. Once 55 minutes are up, you will be safely taken back to the exact moment that I took you from. Does that sound fun for you? Does that sound good?
Well, what is my motivation? Why would I do this?
It's for fun. That's what it is. Well, it's so I can gain a little bit of knowledge, and you can have a little bit of a break from whatever it was you were doing.
Can I say no?
You can say no if you want. We could just sit in the Parlour of Candor for the 55 minutes if you'd like.
Oh no, that sounds seriously boring. I mean, no offense, but I think I would rather a conversation with Gary for 55 minutes, and we all know what Gary's like with the conversation. Okay, Gary, the dice.
And you the dice.
Thank you, Gary.
Right. Should we spice things up a little bit?
Go on.
May I see your rather special deck?
don't see why not. Gary, you know the cue.
So I look at the rather special deck that Gary has in his hands, and I wave my hand a little bit. I can see, Fluffles, that quite a few cards have been drawn from this deck already, and some good ones as well. Why don't we... And I touch the deck and pull away from it, and you see that I'm holding a replica of the deck in my hand, except for it looks like there's a lot more cards in it. Why don't we draw from the deck of many things? Now, this is my version of the deck of many things. It's the exact same as the version that you have, except for the effects of it will not carry outside of this dungeon. So whatever you draw from the deck, you don't have to worry about repercussions in the real world, and it won't take any cards out of the deck that you already have. I know you're still on your little adventure at the moment, and you might need some of the cards that you've got. So does that sound fun to you?
Absolute chaos with absolutely no real world repercussions? Absolutely. Let's get drawing.
Absolutely. That is... Oh, sorry. I went to copy your voice there. Yes. So as you can see, we've got two decks. We've got the copy of the deck of many things, and we've also got the room deck as well. So I will let you choose which one you want to draw from first.
Can I not draw from both at the same time?
If you'd like to.
Yes, one of each, please.
Okay, so if you'd like to roll me the D100 for the room deck, I shall draw from the deck of many things.
Okay, we got 59.
59, right. So this is the card that I've drawn from the deck of many things. I'm going to keep that there for the moment. I'll tell you what the room looks like first, and then I will turn the card around. So let me just quickly draw from the deck. No, card number 59. Right, so looking at the card, you can see a softly lit room, which has got some very rich furnishings inside of it, in various different purples and dark woods and velvet and gold leaf. That's about all that's on there, but I'm going to hand you this card, and if you'd like to go put that in the door over there, it will open the room for you. It tastes like cardboard.
Blech. Okay, I just kind of slide it through the door, I guess?
Yep, so you can see there's like a little slot that you can put the card into on the door, and as you place it on there, you watch as the card is almost sort of pulled from your hand, and this teal type magic sort of moves through the veins of the door, and it shines a brilliant color and then opens. Now, just before you enter, the card that I'm holding here is the Comet card. Now, I can't remember if you've actually used this card or not. You can't see it because of my ring light, but there you go. So, the Comet card does wondrous things. Oh, well, this is going to be very fun. If you are able to single-handedly complete this next room on your own, which, considering the fact you're on your own, you will level up. Unfortunately, or you will gain power, should I say. Unfortunately, that does only apply while you're in my Parlor of Candle. You won't be able to take that home with you.
If I achieve ultimate power while I'm in the power, will I become a question master?
Wait a minute. Let me just have a quick look at my book. All right, Idiot's Guide to Being a Question Master. It doesn't say no, so let's go with yes.
Ultimate power.
Oh no!
I'm coming for your job.
Please don't, everybody else wants it. Would you like to step through the door?
Yes.
Okay. You step through the door, and as I said before, as stated on the card, you walk into a very softly lit room. There is richly furnished in purples, dark wood, velvet, and gold leaf. Everything is of the best quality and polished to perfection, with one notable exception. A freestanding frame is draped in a dust sheet in one corner of the room. Now, is there anything you'd like to do in here? There's no sand anywhere, or no mines or anything like that, so it's got a rather cozy feel to it. Gary, where are you going? Gary walks straight over to the fireplace and starts picking at the table. You will notice, and I don't know how this is going to go with you, Fluffles, but as you've stepped into the room with Gary, I have followed behind you, but instead of me still being in my humanoid form, I am currently in rat form, wearing the exact same clothes, little tuxedo and everything, sitting on Gary's shoulder.
Gary, there's something on your shoulder. Don't move. Prowl up, there's a little butt wiggle as I prepare
I'm
to
just
pounce.
watching you as you approach me.
And I pounce.
As you pounce, your claws clasp over my form, and you go to move your hands because, haha, you've caught me, and I'm not there. I'm now stood on your head.
Oh no! I imagine this game of cat and mouse continues on.
Yes, not quite for 55 minutes, but it does go on for quite a while. I have quite a lot of fun. It's the first time somebody's actually chased me, in rat form. So, thank you very much for that. Would you like to partake in any of the treats that there are on the table, or look at anything else in the room? I tell you what, that dust-covered thing looks very weird.
Firstly, I would like to make biscuits on any available surface and find the most comfortable one.
Yeah, you're able to do that. You can, you find yourself a very nice, very thick and big recliner chair that you can sort of squish into and get very comfortable in. It's lovely and warm. It's right next to the fireplace. So there's this just the right amount of heat coming off of it. It's not too hot, so it makes you all sweaty and horrible, but it's nice to make you feel warm and cozy, and enough there to make you want to have a nap, actually.
Oh. I start to drift off. The eyes go closed. The tail stops swishing, all curled up. And suddenly, but there's something else in twisting.
Yes.
I'll be back for you, perfect seat. I'll be back, don't you move.
It is not moving.
I go and dramatically claw the curtain down.
You dramatically pull the curtain down, and you just hear a dun 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 come from behind you as I stood on Gary's shoulder again, just dun dun dun. Anyway, you see a mirror, which obviously I described it as a mirror before anyway, so that was obvious. But the mirror is an exact reflection of the room that you're in, except for one noticeable difference. There is a reflection of you, except for that reflection is still laying on the rather comfortable chair. Their eyes are not shut, though. They are staring directly at you.
What a beautiful kitty cat.
They slink down off of the chair and begin making their way towards you on all fours. As they do, their eyes begin to go completely black. Their jaw opens and dislocates, and these strange teeth begin to pour out, and then it just leaps out of the mirror at you. Would you like to roll initiative?
Absolutely. I'm sure I won't die in this initiative. Okay, that is a 28.
Oh, wow. I rolled a 9, so you get to go first as this nightmare version of you begins to start jumping out of the mirror. It's trying to claw itself at you.
Excellent. Let me remind myself of what I can do. Okay, I will steady aim and attack with my psionic claws in
a flurry. You can see that Gary has jumped out of his chair and is now hiding behind the rather nice plump one that you like sitting on.
Good instincts, Gary. You'll go far. Okay, that is 15, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23 to hit.
23, that will hit. Would you like to roll some damage?
I would. Okay, so that is...
I'll say that you have sneak attack anyway because you gave yourself advantage, didn't you?
Yep. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
26 points of damage. Wow. How many hit points do you have by any chance?
I have 33.
33. So this is a massive blow to this nightmare as you just claw at it with your psionic claws. It's
only one.
There can be only one, and its form shifts and shivers It does not look happy with that. So you happen to look back in the mirror and you can see just a little figure has darted from one side of the room to behind the fluffy chair as what looks to be a nightmare version of Gary is also there. It doesn't look very good now, does it? But anyway, this creature is going to look at you and is going to try and claw at you. That is a 17 to hit you.
Meets it, beats it.
Now, this thing does not get access to sneak attack, and it does not have access to your psionic claws, so it will only do 2 points of slashing damage to you.
And I will uncanny dodge that, so it's just 1 point.
Oh, okay. So, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Same thing I always do. Sneak attack with the claws.
Go ahead.
Okay, that is 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Excellent. That is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 points of psychic damage.
As you claw into this creature, it lets out this loud shriek, and because it hadn't quite come out of the mirror yet, its legs look like they were still attached to it. It flies back into the mirror. The mirror shakes and smashes on the floor, losing all aspects of the reflection and the evil nightmare Gary and the evil nightmare Fluffles was in there. I just stood there on other Gary's shoulders, just clapping my hands. Well done. You could go through the door if you like. That was quite a good way to do that.
Before that, I mean, I believe that I am owed a step on the rung of ultimate power.
Oh yes, you will gain the ability to level up for the rest of this 45 minutes that we've got left.
Excellent. I just want to level up.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
I believe that makes you what, level 7, 6?
Level 6.
Oh, level 6 rogues.
Yeah. Which means I get expertise in something.
Oh. Now, what would you choose for expertise at level 6, Fluffles?
I'm going with sleight of hand and acrobatics, because that's come up quite a bit in this current adventure when I've needed to be a bit more nimble on my feline feet, and it'd be useful to be even better at that than I already am.
Well, that makes perfect sense, especially with all of the jumping between other adventurers' shoulders as you've been doing. Yes,
exactly, and the yaks as well. It'd be useful to be able to properly jump between victim to victim.
Yes, definitely. And for the audience members, that's a little bit of a sneak peek at what you might see from Fluffles when they return for other adventures at higher levels, maybe. Anyway, right, well, with this room completed, would you like to roll me another D100? And would you like to also draw another card from this lovely copied deck here?
Oh, you know just the words. Of course.
Okay. So I'm going to draw this card now. Ooh, interesting. I'm going to keep that there. 57. Oh, so with a 57, I will draw the card and I will give it to you for you to put it in the door.
Thank you.
And as you put in the door, it opens up into the exact same room that you're currently in. It seems to have reset itself. You could go and have a nap if you like to. The card that you drew is a word that I can't say because Iriul.
I am dyslexic. So
I also cannot read it. So one in the same there.
Elvish.
Okay. It's all Elvish to us. Oh, okay. So as you step through the door, this card begins to take effect, and you feel your body stiffen up for the briefest of moments, and then your joints become loose again, but you feel like you've been drained a little bit. It says that the Medusa-like visage of this card brings a curse of a -1 penalty on all saving throws. It is permanent. Only fate cards or a deity can remove it. Now, as I said before, this will only last for the remaining 40-odd minutes that we have left. So, yes, you have -1 to any saving throws.
I'll be fine. I'm great enough already.
Good. Right. Well, you enter back into the exact same room that you're in before. The mirror has been reinstalled and looks like it's been covered over. You could. I'm going to be honest with you here. You could just have a nap if you want, and we could just say talking is a free action.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go back to that perfect spot. Knead it into perfection. Sleep and then talking is indeed a free action.
Yes, that seems like the perfect time to get a chance to talk to Evey. Let me remove Roger from my t-shirt. Hello, Evey. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Right, would you like to roll me a D100 to see what questions we are going to ask you?
Absolutely. I love rolling D100s. Okay, 70.
70.
Is a normal way to say that.
How do you... Now, we had a little bit of a conversation briefly about this before we started recording, so it just makes sense that it's just come up in the questions. How do you feel about cosplay?
I love cosplay. However, TikTok has ruined it for me. Because they're all too attractive. It makes me feel like I need to be at this other level in order to cosplay these days. Like back in 2014, 2015, when I was doing cosplay, I was like, yeah, I can be an amateur and this is fun. And now I feel like I need to be a professional makeup artist with fake fangs and all of the crafting in order to do it. And it's just become really inaccessible.
I love cosplay. Would never be able to do it myself because I can't do any of the stuff. You know, it's hard enough to get me in a bloody costume for one of the streams. Go back to episode 3 of Trust and Glass where I'm just wearing rabbit ears. It's very hard to get me to wear anything. So, yeah, seeing, like you said, seeing cosplayers on TikTok who, especially since Baldur's Gate 3 has come out and you see the people who do the makeup as Karlach, it's just, I mean, the amount of time that must have taken them to do it as well.
Yeah. And it's not even just that. Like, they're obviously incredibly talented with the makeup and everything. And they're also very good looking underneath it all. It's also the filters, and you can't tell what is a filter and what isn't.
Yeah.
And it just makes me in real life feel very inferior. And it's made me not want to cosplay anymore because I'll never get to the standard that other people achieve. It's kind of like the phase I went through where I was like, I can't make music or I can't draw because I can't do it to these other people's standards. And I had to work through that to get to a place where I'm like, no, I can be shit at it and have fun. But I'm not there yet because I've only just started to be exposed to this level of cosplay on such a grand scale.
It's just, I don't really know what to say to that, to be honest, but, you know, you'll get there eventually, and I doubt your cosplay is shit. I've never seen it, but I doubt it is shit.
They were like a standard version. It was like, oh yeah, you're a recognizable character, but like wasn't a version that would get any acclaim today. To be honest, it was good for 2014 in real life at a con.
What are you talking about? 2014 was only last year.
It was nearly 10 years ago, sweetheart.
Don't say that, no. Next thing you'll be saying that 1989 was nearly 40 years ago.
Let's not get crazy.
I'm gonna twist the question a little bit and also and add a little bit to it and say, who would you cosplay as? I know the answer to this, but who would you cosplay as from your Roll Together characters?
Oh, it would be Silver. So I think I discussed this with Nat on stream, like 2 years ago now, something like that. But Silver would be so easy for me to cosplay because her wardrobe is essentially my wardrobe. I've got the lipstick. I would need to like wear a wig or put my hair back now, and just put some bangs in, and boom, Bob's your uncle. Damn here.
how long has it been since Silver, excluding the fact that Silver is currently appearing in a rerun on Tuesdays, how long has it been since Silver has been on a recent stream?
Not since Monster Hunters 2, which I think was about 2 years ago.
So they could have had a haircut in that time.
That's true, but I feel like she probably wants to keep it quite short in kind of like a matrixy kind of way.
Well, like a
I
Trinity
don't know,
sort
maybe
of
she
way.
would have gone through a whole phase in this time of having long hair covering her face like the emo that she is.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It'd be good to see Silver again in another adventure.
Yeah, I'd love to bring her back. I really enjoy her. She's really fun, and she's an example of a character that I brought in, like, no tragic backstory. It's just like a little minor thing, but it's fine. But then the tragic backstory was made in the entire campaign, and now she's got an interesting little side plot, which I'd like to get some closure on at some
Thanks, Chris.
point. Either on stream or off stream, I don't know, but I personally need closure.
Would you like to roll another question?
Yeah. Okay, we got 83.
83. It's not that far, actually. Okay. This is where we're going to get into the deep stuff.
Ooh.
Why are TTRPGs important to you?
They are important to me because they provide a structured social environment in which I can bond with other people while there are actual rules and it's not just inane small talk. That's one reason. Another reason is that they are a chance for me to perform a character. I don't do formal acting anymore, but I still really enjoy it, and this is a really good way to do that and to kind of flex some creative muscles and to try things out and to improv a little bit. So I really enjoy that. So yeah, the social aspect, performance and creative aspect, and also just telling stories. I've had a creative block for about 7 years. I used to like write lots of stories and be able to come up with creative projects and comics, etc. But just mental illness, it's a bitch. So I haven't really been able to do that except in D&D. So it's been really important for me in that kind of aspect.
Yeah, I'm in a similar sort of boat to you. I went down the acting route, did a few writing projects, had the whole imposter syndrome thing, whereas I'm not getting any acting work. All the stuff that I am doing isn't getting picked up. The writing stuff isn't good enough. And then I found TTRPGs and it's like, oh, this is a happy medium. And then the streaming stuff came along and I was like, oh, I can do this. And it doesn't matter if I'm bad at it because we're having fun. So yes, I think that's
exactly. It's like a safe place where you don't have to worry about the rejection or being good enough. It's just the point is that you have fun, and if you're having fun, you're good at it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Having fun is the most important thing. If it gets to a point where it starts to become like a job and you're not having fun, then that's when you need to take a step back and sort of I wouldn't say like completely drop it, but take a step back, reassess, and cut out the bits that are making it more like work.
Yeah, I think another reason that I really enjoy TTRPGs is because they are somewhat of an exploration ground for personal identity. I know so many people who, when I started playing D&D with them, they were cis and they were straight, no longer, and D&D is part of that because they got to explore different identities in a safe and supportive environment, which I think is really lovely. And I think it's really important in that regard. And as long as you're playing with supportive people, it's great.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not just D&D. There are other TTRPGs that help explore that as well, which is, I just think it's fantastic just how much it's had an impact on the social sort of structure of the world, as it were. So I think it's really good.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And there's if I can just prattle for a second.
Oh, go. Yeah, sure.
something that will be important when I find people who want to play them with me is there's loads of TTRPGs that have come out in recent years based on popular properties, like Avatar Last Airbender, and there's a Mistborn one coming out, and just, I want to play in these worlds. I need to find other people who want to play in these worlds with me. But that would be really nice when I find those people.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not possible for an Avatar stream to maybe appear on Roll Together at some point in the near future, but we are looking at non D&D TTRPGs to run, so...
I do have all the source books.
Well... Chat, let us know what systems would you like to see us. Avatar is definitely one of them. The Lost Archives is a group that I play with on Curse of Strahd on Monday mornings. They have just wrapped up their Book of Fire campaign 1 for Avatar. Owen, who is fantastic the way that he runs things, they've set the story just after Avatar Roku's death, so it's just before Aang becomes the Avatar, and it's all, and there's like little nods to things that happen in the show, like the Kyoshiki village and all of that sort of stuff. And it's just, I would just love to either run something or get to play something in that world. It would be fantastic. It's now in my head, Evey. It means we've got to do it.
Absolutely. Here's a question for you. If you were a bender, what kind of bender would you be?
Water.
Water. Okay.
I did the Avatar. There was a filter thing, but when the filter things were first starting to come out, no, it was a quiz. When it was like, what's Avatar: The Last Airbender element to you? I did that, and it came up with water, and now water is pretty much my favorite.
Yeah,
sort of element
it's the most
everywhere.
versatile one.
What about you? What's your element?
Oh god, I have discussed this with many friends. And originally I was like, yeah, I'd be a firebender, but no, according to my friends and online quizzes, and now upon self-reflection, lightning.
Well, I mean, it's part of fire, isn't it? You have
It's
to
part of fire.
You have to go through it to get to it, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's a slightly more chaotic and unpredictable version, which is a little bit of a reflection on probably what I'm like in real life. Sometimes it's not great. Mental illness. But yeah, so I'd probably be a lightning bender, at least according to friendships of people that know me.
Chaotic lightning bender.
Yeah.
That
Honestly, I think
awesome.
that's pretty cool, actually. I think it's quite a compliment.
There's one. Is there? I think there's a character in Legend of Korra who is a lightning bender that's that harnesses it in a unique way. I can't remember what their name is, but it's like, or I'm thinking of Azula. It's one of the two, but yeah. But yes, Avatar: The Last Airbender possibly coming to Roll Together in 2024. Maybe. Definitely will be now, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's go back in to the parlor of Kandor and see how long Fluffles has been asleep for.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so hello there, Gary. Fluffles has been asleep for quite a while now. We've had a little chat to Evey. Do you reckon it's safe for me to wake Fluffles up? You don't say a lot, do you, Gary? I'm just going to wake Fluffles up, and I'm just going to poke you, Fluffles. Fluffles. Oh yes, I'm still a rat. Hi. Did you have a nice? Did you have a nice nap?
It was lovely. You look delicious.
Yeah. Would you prefer to eat some of the rat sticks that are on the table instead of me?
The what sticks?
Yeah, rat sticks.
Is it a wat, but it's a stick?
It's like a kibble. It's like cat, like a cat treat type thing that's in the shape of a rat.
I only eat the fleshest of wats.
All right. Would you like to roll me another D100 and draw another deck from the deck of many things?
If it comes with some wats and maybe some pigeons, maybe?
Oh yes,
28.
Those pigeons that appear out of nowhere. I've heard about those. So you rolled a 28. So that's. And are you drawing from the deck?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, I should be asking you, really, shouldn't I? You are able to draw more than one card from this deck. If
I
you
draw
want to.
5.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will hold all 5 of them here so you can see them, and then I will draw this card. We'll see how chaotic this room gets. Right. So, fair enough. This one shows a dock of a port town. Sorry, my voice is going. There are lots of people walking around, and that's about it. Would you like to go put that in the door?
Okay.
You go put that in the door, and it will open. Now let's just have a quick look at what these, each of these are. Oh, you're gonna like one of these. Oh, and oh, dear. Oh no. Okay, right. So, as you step through the door, the first thing that you find is the key. You gain a major magic weapon. The DM chooses the weapon. There is no DM, so I'll let you choose. Would you like to have, I don't know, should for simplicity's sake, should we make your psionic blades +3?
Sure, that sounds reasonable to me.
Just make them +3 for the rest of this encounter. Unfortunately, you also drew the Fool. I don't know if this is the same one that Devram got.
I think it might be.
So the Fool. Where is it? I can't seem to find it. There it is. Oh no, you lose 10,000 experience points and you must draw again. So we'll have to draw another card and we'll say that you lose that level up that you got.
Damn it.
I'll draw the other card in a
power.
moment. As you step through the door, you walk into a familiar face as Jaffra, the fighter, is stood there waiting for you as you drew the knight.
Meow.
Ah, Lord Fluffles, he says to you. Oh, would you like to roll me a d4 as you drew the moon card?
Ooh. Got 2.
You get 2 wishes. And then you also got the throne card, which is you gain proficiency in persuasion and diplomacy. In addition, you gain rightful ownership of a small keep.
Oh, it's all coming together.
And the extra card that you drew from the Fool is, and fits perfectly with Fluffles, the Rogue, which is an NPC friend of yours, the DM's choice, becomes hostile toward you. The identity of your new enemy isn't known until the NPC or someone else reveals it. Interesting.
Can I wish for ultimate power?
You can wish for ultimate power if you'd like to.
I wish for ultimate power.
You use your first wish to wish for ultimate power. Sod it. Level yourself up to level 20.
Fuck yeah!
That seems to be ultimate power to me, doesn't it?
One moment while I do some character sheet stuff just to see where this goes.
It's going to be crazy.
See.
For the rest of this encounter, you are the cat lord of this domain. Jaffra also levels up as well. And so does Gary. Although what Gary looks like at level 20 is beyond me.
Gary is an item.
He can still level up.
My god, I'm getting so many abilities going through, friends. Jesus Christ. Oh no, this... Okay, wait. I don't even know what my scores are anymore. Okay. And another one at level 19, oh. Just... let's put that coin up. Yeah. Okay, I'm now level 20. I use my second wish to wish for us to change occupations.
Oh, and what would you like your occupation to change to?
I am the question master. You are in my dungeon now.
Oh, okay. So we're going to... And we have now swapped positions. You are now in the question master seat, and I am now in your seat. Right. Well, I'm glad this only lasts for the next 25 minutes. I'm sure it's less than that by now, but right. What do you want me to do then, Fluffles?
Dance for me.
Okay. And I start doing a little dance. We're now stood obviously in this this port town area, and I haven't changed into my rat form. You seem to have taken that power away from me, and I'm just dancing. Okay.
Okay, excellent. Keep those moves. Roll a performance check for me.
A performance check? Oh God, I don't even have stats. I'm that omnipotent. Oh, I rolled a 19.
You're a very good dancer.
Thank you. It's a shame this doesn't reflect it.
Okay, now let's see how you deal with whatever bullshit it is you walked me into. You can deal with this.
Okay, well, there is a... as I catch my breath after that little bit of a boogie, there is a coin pouch on the side, and inside the coin pouch there is 200 gold pieces and a picture of... Is that Devrim? It could be Devrim. It looks like Devrim. Oh, yeah, right, okay. And tighten the coin pouch up, and I'll walk over to a guard and give the coin pouch to the guard. And well, I mean, that's it. I don't have the power to do the next door now. That's down to you.
Oh, that's true. I will do that. Also, who comes up with these wombs? This wasn't a very interesting womb, really, was it?
It's more of a test of character more than a exciting room. It's one of those social rooms.
Would you like to draw a card for the next womb?
I would, yes. Do I get the choice of drawing between the two?
Yes, you do. Why not?
Okay, well, this is unprecedented. I've never had to do this before. Right, well, I'm going to roll a D100 to see what room we end up in.
You can use Gary's dice if you don't have any of your own.
Thank you, Gary. I rolled a 21. Oh, no. Well, I mean, I don't know why I'm saying oh no. You're the one that has the deck now. But just so you can see, it is a picture of a farmyard with some chickens on it.
I've played enough Zelda to be wary.
I know, so that's why I went, oh no.
Well, after you.
Thank you. Shall I draw from this as well?
If you would so choose. You may draw none or all cards.
Are they my only two options?
Yes.
Well, coming to the end of it, I might as well just draw all of them.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. The remaining cards. As we step into the next room, we find ourselves in there's dust that swirls around our feet. I still haven't changed into my rat form, and you seem to be hovering above the ground.
Yep.
And we find ourselves
in purple and ultimate power.
We seem to find ourselves in a farmyard, confronted by one single chicken. As we look closer, it's not just any normal chicken. It's an abyssal chicken. And actually, it wasn't just one chicken. There's 100 of them. They're all around us. How are we going to escape from this? Before we answer that question, we have a crap ton of cards that we need to go through.
Oh, yeah.
So while we go through those cards, I'm going to say talking is a free action, so we can ask Evey and Josh some more questions.
I'm not sorry.
That is absolutely fine. I think because you're now currently the question master, you roll a question, then I'll roll a question.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, that is a What is that? That is a 97.
97. Ooh, if you could go back and change an in-game decision, what would it be?
Ooh, in this game or in another game?
Any game.
In any game. Oh god. I always quite like how they turn out in the end, even if I'm like, oh no, I should have remembered to do that. Actually, I think I've answered this before. My answer was I'd want to see what would happen if Ephemera didn't call Orcus down to punish Ava and kind of went along with things. That's another timeline, and I think that's interesting. Other than that, I don't know. I try and not deal with D&D regrets, to be honest with you.
The beautiful thing with the multiverse stuff now being opened up is that we can explore these different things. Like in Trust and Glass, one of the worlds that Tom had us go to was a world where Ava crawled out of hell and killed Kellenvor, so everybody was zombies.
I want to go to that world.
Yeah, the dead just couldn't die and they were walking around, and it's like, oh, okay. So
Awesome.
It is possible for us to like look at the regrets that we have and play them out in an alternative universe.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not very often in the position of making properly plot related decisions, and when I am, I tend to think about them a little too much and then just kind of go, okay, whatever, I'll just do this and just kind of see what happens, because I also just like as we've seen today, just kind of fucking with the DMs just a little bit occasionally, just on occasion.
But that's what makes the greatest stories, is when you don't think about it too much, you cause absolute chaos and you just have fun with it. That's what brings us to these memorable moments, like we said earlier with the earlier question.
Yeah.
which is just fantastic.
I think one decision I would remake is occasionally, like, I have a thing where sometimes my characters would be a bit mean to another character, because I think it's interesting to have not everyone being happy friends all the time, and there to be a little bit of rivalry and places to grow from. Yeah. I think there have been some times I've taken that in the wrong context or taken it a bit too far, so I would want to retcon those moments. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really big that I would completely go over. Do you have anything?
There was a moment in a campaign where so it was Pathfinder. It was Pathfinder First Edition, and we were playing the module Rise of Rune Lords, which is the first ever module I played and is one of my favourite modules next to Curse of Strahd. We were in a mansion for one of the local rich people, and this particular person we found out, who we thought was our best friend, turned out that they were trying to unlock the ability to turn into a lich.
As you do.
As you do. And while we were walking through his mansion, which was haunted, we kept seeing images of his family that he had killed. And my character, I had to roll a particular save. Willpower save as it was in Pathfinder. And I failed it, and I became infatuated with his wife's ghost, thinking that she was alive and everything. And there was a moment when we went down into the pits of the house and I saw her ghost run around the corner, and I chased after her, and I ran straight into a pack of ghouls and got dismembered right there and then. Now, the other players that I was with at the time, they all knew that I was going to bring one of my older characters back, because I wanted to try out a different character. So they thought I did that on purpose, and I didn't. So that would be one thing I would change, was how that character actually left the campaign rather than just dying.
So. I have played in some campaigns where people have got on board with their characters and then killed them off in not very conscientious ways. So like doing that by accident sounds fine. Like even if that was what you intended to do, that sounds alright. Like by I'm getting rid of this character standards, to me, maybe because I've had some bad experiences there.
Well, it was meant to have been that because the character that I was playing at the time was like a member of the town guard. So it was going to be that he'd go with them on this mission and then would go back to being a town guard person because my other character would come back. But he ran after the ghost of the wife because he thought she was alive. And he knew that there were dangers down there that he didn't want her to get hurt. So it was just a case of like role play over character knowledge sort of thing.
Yeah. I tend to find that it can get a bit difficult knowing when to lead your character into certain peril and when not to. Because sometimes you kind of get in the zone where this makes sense for the character. They would do this, right? But it also it might feel a bit icky, or it might come across in a different way. And I find that it's a difficult line to walk sometimes when a character becomes self-destructive.
I think we've seen a perfect example of that in episode 3 of The Constant Troubles, where you're the one that's first down that shaft fighting the 4 yaks on your own.
That wasn't self-destruction though. That was, oh, this is gonna be so cool.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It shows where that line is between self-destructive and this is gonna look really cool. Yeah,
exactly. And this is gonna be so dramatic.
Yeah.
And I think it was very cool. I totally didn't end up dead. No. I think there's the line in actually talking about it with the table as well, so that everyone is on the same page, and kind of know what you want to get out of it. Because we did kind of pause with Niall and say, if Fluffles dies, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, I asked for it basically. So yeah, I think checking in and yeah,
which is awesome. Right, I'm going to roll a question.
Roll that dice!
Roll a dice! Which I realise we've not said the entire time. I rolled a 17. Have we had this question?
Maybe.
Yes, we have. So I'm going to roll it again because it was a cosplay question. And that is a 19.
Ooh.
Which is quick. This question is definitely not a quick question. Quick, you have to recast the last TV show or film you watched with roll together characters.
Ooh.
Explain who. What was the last thing you watched is the first question.
That is. But this is me asking you, so you go first.
This is very true. Now, what was the last thing that I watched? The last thing that I watched was I'm Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So I'm a roll together character, get me out of here.
That is, if we need a new thing for YouTube.
Yeah. We could just do that, get them doing different trials.
Yeah. It'd be like this, but with many people.
Yeah, just a lot more people. Bush Tucker trials. So I'll choose something different. What was the last thing that I actually watched? It was... My brain has gone completely blank. Again, the other thing that I watched after that was MasterChef Australia.
Oh, a lot of reality.
Yeah. I don't know why, though. I'm going to choose to pass that question and roll again, because I can't think of anything in my brain. And I rolled 11. Ooh, this is a good question. This one's going to go to both of us.
Okay.
Do you have an accidental character trope that keeps popping up no matter how hard you try to get away from it? There's an example here that will make you laugh. Evey's dark but fluffy, or Nat's tank with imposter syndrome. What is it about this trope that you enjoy playing?
I am dark but fluffy. I enjoy the edginess, but I want it to be silly and sweet at the same time. It's like, I know it's the thing I do, but it's something I enjoy every time. So I'm gonna keep doing it. And not all my characters fit within this. Like Tine, stuck-up princess, is not dark but fluffy. She's princess but angry, but I feel like that's got a different vibe. Yeah, have you got any? I know that it's not a trope, but rats is definitely a thing that you keep coming back to, and obviously the familial link.
Yeah. tying my characters to other characters is one, but my biggest trope is party dad.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
That's my biggest thing is party dad. Doesn't matter what the character. I tried with Jack in Trust and Glass, who is an alternative version of Jakarth, to be like super emo, edgelord, goes around, kills other versions of himself sort of character and be really evil. By episode 2, I was the party dad.
Have you ever tried to go against your type and it's just kind of not worked, so you've gone back to the type?
My original playstyle was dark and gritty. I played a character in I'm currently playing in an 8-year campaign, and the first 2 or 3 years I played a character who was a half orc, and he was a rogue, but he hid who he was, so he always had a face mask and a hood on. And it wasn't for the first two. It was 2 years before he revealed himself to the players. It was as I grew more confident with playing with the people I was playing with, I eventually revealed who he was to the others. And he was very much a Assassin's Creed style assassin's character. Characters would say, "Oh yes, we're going to keep this person alive," and then I'd go kill them. So I sort of moved away from that and become the party dad, especially since doing streaming online. So I quite like being the party dad. It's quite fun. So I don't know if I would be able to change it again. I'll try, but it's a bit like Tom with being a puppet. He always ends up being a puppet somehow.
Even when he's trying not to play puppet, it always ends up puppet.
Yeah. So I asked him when Elijah went through the dungeon. I went through the Parlour of Candor. I said, "Is there a possibility for you to ever not play a puppet?" And he was like, "No, not really."
I don't know if he's physically capable of not playing a puppet.
I don't think so either, to be fair. That's what we love about him.
Yeah. Just wait to see where it pops up.
Yes. Right, now, we've got a lot of cards here. And I was planning on reading these while we were asking the questions, and I didn't. So, we're going to go through them all in this next room with the Abyssal Chickens. So let's go back in. Actually, no, I can't do that. You have to do it. You're the question master.
So let's go back in.
Right, so the first card that we got is Balance. Your alignment changes. Oh, we don't care about that. Next one is Don John. This card signifies imprisonment, either by the imprisonment spell or by some powerful being. All gear and spells are stripped from the victim. Draw no more cards. Well, we'll count that as the last card.
That's the last one.
Ruin, because obviously it's no fun. Ruin is all forms of wealth that you carry or own, including property, other than magic items, are lost to you. I am magic, so that doesn't affect me.
I'm going to say it all comes to me.
Yep, you get all of that.
Yep.
Oh God. Sun. You gain a wondrous item, which the DM determines randomly, as well as 50,000 experience. So I'm already max level, so one wondrous item. Idiot. Permanently reduce your intelligence by 1d4 plus 1.
Oh no, this has never happened before.
Oh no, my intelligence has gone down by 4, so it's now 21. Oh no.
Your intelligence was 25 and you let this happen? You let me have ultimate power and yourself be the victim of your own dungeon?
My wisdom is my dumb stat.
Oh, that makes some more sense.
At 15. Star. Immediately gain a +2 to 1 ability score. I'll just go back up in intelligence. Jester. Where's Jester? Jester. I gain 10,000 experience, or I draw 2 additional cards beyond the declared draws. I can't draw anymore anyway. Skull. Defeat death, or be destroyed forever. Gem. We get 50,000 gold's worth of stuff. The Void. This is so everybody can see what's in the deck of many things, or at least this version of the deck. This card sends a character's soul to some other desolate location, leaving his or her body in a catatonic state, requiring the adventuring party to find a way to rescue the soul.
Goodbye, Playmaker.
Goodbye. Flames. A powerful devil or demon becomes your enemy. This enmity lasts until either you or the devil dies. Okay, right. Talons. All magic items you possess disappear permanently. Vizier. At any time you choose within 1 year of drawing this card, know the answer to a dilemma. And then the Fates. Where is the Fates? The Fates. Reality's fabric unravels and spins anew. Avoid any situation you choose once. Well, sorry. I'm going to choose to use the Fates card to avoid the... which one was it? It's going to have to be the Void card. So I'm still imprisoned, and I'm going to be protected. Fluffles, do you realise what you've just done?
Have I defeated the question master?
1 second. Fluffles, you can stay there. I'm going to have to take control now. Hello, everybody. My name's Josh. I've entered into the parlor of Candor. The Playmaker is no longer available because they have been imprisoned by a devil. Fluffles has now created a one-shot where people are going to have to go save the Playmaker. With these two cards, and I'm going to recruit Fluffles to help with that.
Oh, okay. Oh, if only because I got ultimate power.
Only because you've got ultimate power. It's going to have to be a level 20 adventure, isn't it?
Yep, it's going to have to be level 20.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's another one on the cards. I think that's it for today. The Playmaker's gone. The Playmaker is no more currently. So let me just get my script up so I can say goodbye to everybody. Sorry, the Playmaker normally has the script, but I just need to go through their cards. This is really weird. Why do they have... Look, just look at this, Fluffles, right? Their script is on each of these cards. It makes no sense. I don't know why they do it. Anyway. Right, so thank you everybody for joining us for Talking is a Free Action. You will find us here every Friday at 6 p.m. BST for either Talk Together or Talking is a Free Action. You can also find us playing D&D on Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 p.m. UK time, where you can follow the adventures of people just like Fluffles causing absolute chaos. All of these shows, are streamed at twitch.tv/RollTogetherRPG. VODs are available immediately after the stream to catch up, or you can find all of our current content on YouTube a few days later. And don't forget, you can also enjoy them as a podcast. Many thanks again to our D20 Club on Patreon. I'm going to do the love hearts because I do that. Ooh. If you'd like to support us, you can do so from as little as one of your local currency per month. Thank you also to all of our sponsors and supporters. Fluffles, you may now exit the parlor of Candor. Don't ask me why the Playmaker calls it that. It just does. And as you leave, you can see a sign on the door that says the ancient question master proverb of always stay classy at the table. But just before we end, you will come down in level. Your deck of many things is back in your hand with the correct number of cards that it should have in it. And when you are eventually invited back to the Parlor of Candor, you will regain your Question Lord status. And you'll have to help us save the Question Master because you did all this.
No regrets.
No regrets. Goodbye.